Hi, do you want to hear a story that involves a non-terrestrial being? Listen to this. Last night I had a dream. Listen to it all, it's crazy. In this dream I was working at a resort. In the first part of the dream I was also taking care of a girl. She was kind of a little girl in the beginning, but then things changed. She changed somehow and she grew bigger, and we'll get back to this girl later, so keep her in mind. And then later in the dream, I was in a room with one of my colleagues, and this is where it gets interesting. This colleague of mine was a woman. She was kind of short with a blonde bob. And she says to me that she's gonna fix my hair, she's gonna trim it somehow. And this is important. This is a casual thing. We're standing in this room, she holds these scissors and she starts doing stuff on my hair, right? Then she finishes it, and I turn to walk away. Then I think again and turn back and say, do I owe you anything? And she replies, of course you do. I've cut your hair for 3 times and you never paid me. And I was kind of taken aback, and I thought, okay. And then I said, I'm sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. So if you want me to pay you, just tell me, because I kind of forget, So how much do I owe you? And she started counting. She started counting the total, and this total went up and up until she said it's $837 or euros, I'm not sure. And this is also important. We're coming back to this later. And I get kind of not angry, but kind of angry, and I say, well, 837 euros or whatever it is, it's really a lot. Because you cut my hair 3 times, but I never paid this much. Not even when I went to this posh salon for my wedding day, which is true, because I actually went to that hairdressing place that I was speaking about for my wedding day, and it was posh and very expensive, but not like almost 300 euros or dollars or whatever that was. And when I was complaining about the price of these haircuts that she gave me, things started to change. I was looking at her, and while I was complaining, I realized that her face was morphing and she was becoming a man. Her blonde bob was getting shorter and shorter, and then she became a man, and she became a very, I'm telling you, very handsome man. And he was like here in my face. So I stopped in my track and I said, wait, are you a shapeshifter? And I don't know why I said that. I don't know. What do I know about shapeshifters? And he looked at me and he smiled. And when he did that, I felt a very, very strong connection. And also, I must be honest, a very strong attraction. Although it felt like a brotherhood. And he said, you know me. It was like that. It wasn't, oh, you know me. It was, you know me. Very deep, but not scary at all. Not scary at all. It was charming, but very, very deep. And I looked at him, and for a split second, I thought I knew him, but I didn't know anything else. So I almost begged him. I said, tell me more. And as I said, tell me more, he flew away, but flying is not a word, because it was faster than that. It just swooshed away. And also, while it was that she was becoming he, and I was asking him, are you a shapeshifter? We were suddenly on a chair. It was a round, brown, velvety chair with wheels underneath, like the office chairs. It looked like from the 50s or 60s, and I don't know how we were both on this chair. We were not even sitting, but we were on this chair and rolling very fast across the room. And then, as he said, you know me, I ask, tell me more. And he shooshes away. I wake up. Because of course I wake up. So now we need to unpack this. I'm actually going to unpack this in the next video. So if you want to know how to read dreams like this, get into my next video. Here I'm just going to say a couple of things, because this is very important. 1, I wasn't scared at all. It was like a sort of revelation that I didn't grasp, because I don't, of course, because I'm just a beginner, right? But I'm all into this. I'm all ear for it. So I wasn't scared at all. 2, I don't think he was a human. His skin was really peculiar. It was white, going into yellowish, not really yellow, but like the white chocolate. that's kind of yellow, but not yellow, that kind of skin. His eyes were like colorless, but not in a bad way. They were really, really, really beautiful eyes, but they didn't really have a color. It was, I can't say they were white or transparent, it's something else. Not of this world, I might say. Then, the girl had the exact same skin color, and she also didn't really morph, but she changed somehow. But I wasn't realizing that, so I can only think about that now, after the dream. And so I'm thinking, was the girl him trying to get through at the beginning of the dream, and for some reason that didn't work out, so he came through the kind of hairdresser? This is crazy. So the questions are, who is this very handsome guy? Is he my brother? Was he a partner in a previous life? Is he from some other planet? And do I come from some other planet? At this point, I'm really not ruling this out. But if you want to know more about this dream, get into my next video. We're going to unpack it all. And I do hope he's going to come back in some other dream. So stay tuned for more.